Welcome to episode 56 of Fit Strong Women Over 50.
Hi, I'm Jill. Welcome to the podcast for the Becoming Ellie community. Whether you listen frequently or are a new listener, we're glad you're here.
The Becoming Ellie community is for women over 50 who are interested in being fit and strong. You can find us at Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest.
So Chris and I came up with the name of Becoming Ellie because Ellie was the Norse goddess of aging who defeated Thor in a wrestling match. And we decided we wanted to become like Ellie.
Yeah, it's not always easy, but we try to be fit and strong.
Hey, shout out to Thwee Jade for some advice on cooking bitter melon. You know, we talked in episode 53 with Diane Ruther about her experience with bitter melon, and she didn't really care for it. So Thwee Jade told us that if you soak the sliced bitter melon in salted water overnight and rinse it the next day and then saute it, you will reduce the bitter taste. She also recommends stuffing the bitter melon with meat and then simmering it slowly.
We're going to have to try that.
Yes, thank you.
We're still in the stay-at-home program due to the COVID-19 virus, so we thought we'd check in and see how it's going. So how are things going for you, Jill?
I guess I'm doing fine. I feel pretty well. I thought I'd get a lot more done at home during this time, but, I'm not really feeling as motivated as I thought I would.
Yeah, same here. My mind is definitely on other things, and I'm finding it's not the best time to start new projects.
Yeah, I think that's it. I'm not as gung-ho on it as I thought I would be.
Yeah, I'm finding some comfort in normal routines that I'm still doing, like, cleaning the house and doing laundry, things that I used to really not enjoy so much, but there is some sort of comfort in routines. And I think overall, that's what I'm missing the most is just my normal life,
Right. Because I was working at an office. I was going every day to work, and now I'm not. So I don't even have my normal routine really of what I've been doing for the past, 6 months or so. And so that's a little odd. I have done more laundry in the past few weeks than I think I've ever done in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure why, but I'm feeling compelled to wash the bedding. I've washed the pillows. I think it's just because of all the emphasis on cleanliness.
Right. And the germs and all.
Right.
And it's really hard being separated from family right now, different things going on, and you're just not able to be together to either celebrate or comfort or, the holidays, all of it. It's very difficult.
Right.
I find it difficult to be away from the kids, from my parents.
It is very hard. It's challenging. We are lucky that we have internet and lots of technology. So I'm having more frequent conversations, I think, with my son, and they're being a little creative on how we did some online games this week. And that was a lot of fun.
Well, I've got together with my sisters online, and we tried to use Facebook Messenger video and Zoom, but not everybody had the right software or for whatever reasons couldn't get on. So we found it easiest to connect on something called Duo, D-U-O. I don't know if other people were, using it. I'm sure other people were using it, but it definitely is a time to be creative on how to connect. And I do find that, some sort of social interaction really helps.
Yes. So we used something called House Party, and it had a trivia game in it. And what I learned was I'm not up on a lot of modern notable personalities. So that part didn't work well. But animals, I can do. So trivia on animals, I was fine. Yeah. But it was fun. I have to say it was a really entertaining way to spend a couple of hours with family from a distance.
Yes. I know some folks use Zoom calls. We did one here for the Becoming Ellie group, and I thought it went really well. What about you, Jill?
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I thought it was enjoyable to see people's faces, and we should really definitely schedule another one of those. That was good.
Yeah. Although I have heard some things about Zoom, struggling to have private rooms or what have you, but we used a password. We had a closed room, so I don't think that our group would have had any problems with that. But they do caution you to make sure you set it up with passwords and things like that, and it's invitation only.
Okay. I did a couple of exercise classes this week using Zoom.
Mm-hmm. How'd that go?
Well, actually, it was good. It was a little strange. The instructor, I was able to make full screen, and I made sure to do it in my office where I have a larger monitor.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good. And I did not, so because I was using the larger monitor, I did not have my camera on. So she could see some people, but most of us were not visible to her. So she couldn't really check. She'd say, I'm going to check form. And so she'd look at whoever she could see. It went well. The only it was a little cumbersome, I think, for her because she started doing these ab workouts on the floor. So she had to, before she could do it, she had to move her camera so that we could see her. But it actually worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it's definitely more challenging if you don't have someone there to run the camera for you, right? I would think.
Right. Yes. She was on her own technology-wise. The other thing was she was using some weights, and I have 5-pound weights and 3-pound weights. Well, what I figured out was and I have some resistance cords. So I used the resistance cords for the bicep curls. And whenever we were doing the other weights, if I needed heavier than 5 pounds, I just held both 5-pound weights in one hand. And that worked.
Yeah, that works. Yeah. Yeah. My gym has been doing some workouts too, but not on Zoom. Did you enjoy, though, having the online workout?
Yes. I enjoyed having it. I enjoyed signing up for it so that I actually knew it was scheduled. I could see the names of people who were logged in, so I sort of recognized some of my normal classmates, which was, I think that's who they were. That was kind of nice. Yeah. And yeah, I enjoyed it. It was, so I keep seeing a lot of things online to do. So it was live, and that actually made it easier for me.
Yeah, my gym has been using Facebook Live, and they'll have one workout a day, different kinds of workouts. It's unlike Zoom where they can see you. It's a one-way kind of thing, but they ask that you log in, or say something so they know you're there.
Right.
Same sort of things. It's neat to see people from my class and say hello and that kind of thing. Definitely not the same as going to the gym, but I do have some heavier weights. I have a 10-pound, 12-pound, 30-pound. So I feel like I'm pretty well set when it comes to weights. And I like doing that. I've been keeping up with the weights. But definitely my cardio is suffering. I'm finding I'm not as motivated. I got a couple short bike rides in, but all in all, I'm spending most of the stay-at-home time staying at home.
So I've got my Couch to 5K app going again, and I have done a few runs, not a lot, but I've done some. The biggest problem is that I've been going on the trail that's close to my house, and it's crowded.
I was just going to say, I bet it's crowded, because that's a great trail.
It is, but, so that makes it not great when you're trying to maintain distance.
Yeah, it's not safe.
I got on it the other day, and I thought, I'm leaving here.
Well, it's probably a good time for the treadmill, as in treadmill.
Yeah.
I ended up wandering around the yard for a while, picking up some sticks after the night of the tornadoes and the high winds that we had, because we had a couple of the dead tree limbs fall. But it's not the same as real cardio. I think you've been doing more real cardio, which is great. I've
been trying. I now have a bike in the house on a trainer, one of those things that.
Yeah.
So it's a smart trainer. I am using an app called Zwift, and it works with the trainer. And so when you're going up a hill, it makes it like you're going up a hill, and it gets very hard at times. And then you're going down a hill and your speed picks up. It's really kind of cool.
Yeah, that's great.
I did a whole bike tour of London this week. That was kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's neat. Anything to distract at this point. I'm finding the effects of isolation or quarantine or stay at home, whatever you want to call it. I'm doing a lot of more of the couch, not to 5K, but the couch, reading TV.
Me too.
Listening to books on tape. And one thing that I've really been enjoying is I've been doing genealogy now for a little while, but because of the pandemic, a lot of the libraries have opened up some of the databases that you had to be in the library to use. So things like ancestors.com and some of the other databases are free and open. So I've been able to do a lot more research that I enjoy. But of course, that's sitting, that's not exercise, but it's engaging and kind of fun, a little bit productive.
Well, I have certainly been doing things on the computer, but I realize I have a lot of my parents in me because this is kind of silly, but I won't turn the TV on until it's maybe early evening because nobody in my family ever turned the TV. Well, when we were kids, we might watch TV during the day, but there was something about, you work until dinner time and then
I see. So it's an evening activity.
So I do sit down and read or whatever. It's an evening activity for me, so I don't have the TV on at all during the day.
Well, probably because of the really boring soap operas. I shouldn't say that because maybe some of our listeners love the soap operas. Are they even on anymore? I don't know.
Maybe. Yes. I was someplace in a waiting room and the soap operas were on, and I said, well, if nothing else, after all these years, the soap operas are still on TV.
There you go. So are you watching anything interesting in the evening?
I have been watching Star Trek Voyager. I started at the episode 1, season 1, and I'm working my way through them. And you know what? I never realized how many episodes in Star Trek are about plagues and pandemics and viruses.
Right.
And it's sort of funny.
Well,
but I'm enjoying it. It's not a very stressful show. That's what I'm liking about it. How about you?
Well, yeah, I've been doing some genealogy, and my usual projects have kind of lost their appeal.
Oh, was there anything TV show you're enjoying?
Really, the only thing I'm enjoying that I would say regularly is the 2:00 broadcast with our governor and this is sort of the state of Ohio. I find that interesting because I want to see what's going on and I feel a little more connected. But I can't say there's one TV show that I've really been enjoying. My husband, it's spring, and my husband is using YouTube to figure out some of the new planting techniques that he wants to use in his garden. So rather than watching TV, it's more watching YouTube videos on the television. You know what I mean?
Right.
Casting it and that kind of thing. So we're doing a lot more of that type of thing, but it's more of a how-to figure out a couple of the challenges. It's kind of more fun that way.
Today I managed to fix I have my robot vacuum cleaner that a friend gave me for Christmas, and I feel like I have really a very close relationship with him right now. But
the robot?
The robot. Yes, I speak to him in the morning when he starts up. Oh, hi. But I was having a little problem with him today, so I fixed him. Cool. I found information online and on YouTube, and I just took care of them.
I'm finding that I'm talking to the cat and to the dog a lot more than I ever used to. Like they're people or something. Asking them questions like they're going to answer me. It's kind of odd. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Are they happy to have both of you home all the time?
I don't know that they're really noticing that big of a difference. They sleep a lot during the day. They're kind of elderly, so.
How are you doing food-wise?
Food's been pretty good. I can't say that I'm trying any new recipes, but how about you?
It's been fine. So I decided, like the other day, I had a leftover hamburger and I was going to fix it. And I thought, you know what? I have some blue cheese in here and I have some bacon and I have onions. So I made my own blue burger like I would order at a restaurant.
Oh, wow.
It was very good. And I was very proud of myself. And I just took that little bit of extra. It really didn't take me much time at all to make it. That was the funny thing, is that always would seem like that was too much work. But
oh, really?
It didn't take long at all. And it was fine. It was good. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Well, I guess we've been making a lot of soups. The weather got colder again. So, chopping a lot of vegetables. Not so many salads just because the weather is cold. Right now we have beans that were dried beans that we bought at the grocery store. They're cooking for a long time in the slow cooker. It's not a new recipe and it's not particularly, I guess it's healthy. I mean, beans with onions in it. It's good, but
Well, that'll be good. That's healthy. Beans are supposed to be really good for you.
Yeah, a lot of good fiber and they're tasty too.
Yeah.
Basically, just trying to keep things in perspective. I'm finding that sad things make me overly sad, and I tend to dwell on things a little bit more than I used to. So I'm trying to enjoy the flowers and enjoy, every time the sun comes out, I think I give a whoop here. I'm constantly looking for some good news. So would love to have our listeners, send in something encouraging, some good news. I'd love to hear that.
Yeah, I'd love to hear just how everyone is faring and what they're doing, and that'd be great. We would love to hear from you, and you could leave a comment on our website, becomingellie.com, or on any of our social media spots.
Oh, yeah, or leave us a voicemail at 330-970-6662.
Oh, that'd be great. So stay strong, everyone, and stay in touch.
Yes. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.